streaming from the ABC Action Weather Center in Studio A. This is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by CMK Construction, crafting Tampa's most exquisite bathrooms and kitchens.
All right, how you doing, everybody? I'm meteorologist Greg D. My last night filling in for Dennis here on DPL. Little different show, at least for me, a little easier to run today. It's more relaxed. This is going to be more of that, as Dennis puts it, the lawn chair, grab a drink, talk amongst yourselves kind of a show, because we are not on the spot tonight. Tonight, there is a WNBA game. The Dream and the Fever, that just probably, the coverage of that just started on the spot. So we are only on ABC Action News Plus and the Facebook, YouTube pages. So no breaks, no commercials to roll. And I kind of approached it in a different way. Now, the last 4 days, I got to tell you, this show gave me a little bit of anxiety each afternoon because I'm a type A personality. And I really need to be prepared going into something. So I was preparing, looking for all those videos and stuff. Now, we'll still get a little sciencey today. Of course, that's going to happen. But a little bit less prep today. We're going to see how this goes, how this flows. Can we just kind of hang out today and just kind of chill into the weekend? You know, grab your favorite bottle of something, maybe your favorite red or something bubbly. I've got my Diet Dr. Pepper. It's actually, side note, really hot in the studio today. We've got some AC issues. We had a chiller outside that apparently went out. Something happened. So temperature is rising here. I'm still wearing the little jacket here, but it's a little warm. So how's everybody doing? Kim, thank you. I missed the mornings too. I got to tell you, I know it sounds crazy. I love everyone here in the evenings. But I strongly prefer the morning shift. I know, I prefer getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning and going into work than this evening shift. And mainly, one of the main reasons for that is I get up, it's a very quick morning. You know, every minute counts. I jump out of bed, I'm getting ready, I come into work, I'm forecasting, the shows begin, nonstop weather for 5.5 hours, and then it's over. And the best part is it's over at about 10 o'clock most days, unless I have a school visit during the school year. And the rest of my day is free. Now, on this shift, I don't know if you guys know how this works, but you come in about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you stay until 11:30. That's great. You have a nice long morning, but no matter what you're doing, you always have to go back to work. You know, yeah, I can go to the beach in the morning, but I'm going back to work later. Yeah, I can get a season pass to Busch Gardens and go ride some rides in the morning, but I still have to go back to work for a full day later in the afternoon. So I'm definitely going to be very happy to come back to the morning shift for a couple of weeks through the rest of the month. And then I'm back with you guys here, I believe, on July 28th. All right, everybody is saying hi. The room's filling up. A little lighter crowd today. I'm not surprised, right? It's a Friday. What's everyone doing for the weekends? I always wonder this. I've been here now for coming up on 9 years, more than 8.5 years. And I always wonder, you know, summer here, right, up north is like the busiest time of year. Here, it seems to be the slowest time of year. What's everyone doing? Are there still activities? Now, I'm a huge fan of like markets, farmers markets, art markets, anything that kind of gets you out into a community. I love exploring all the little towns and downtowns, but it seems like so much stuff goes inside for this time of year or just gets suspended until the fall. And I understand why. It's hot, it's sunny, you get the thunderstorms in the afternoon, but anything else going on around town this weekend? What's everyone doing? What are we up to this weekend? Anything fun? Any cool towns to visit? Hey, Judith from Sarasota. Judith, I got to tell you, I have not been down to Sarasota other than a school visit for a really long time. It literally must be 2 to 3. I don't know why. I've never made it down there, but I remember downtown in Bayfront Park, one of my favorite. The gardens, there was a Shelby Gardens downtown, absolutely incredible. I need to get back down there. I remember going to the Sarasota Farmers Market. Don't tell St. Pete, but it might have been one of my favorites. I think it was just the downtown nature of it. Sarasota has grown vertically. I mean, it feels kind of urban downtown. And to be able to go to that farmer's market and enjoy that was really, really good. Of course, St. Pete's Nothing against St. Pete. St. Pete has an amazing farmers market too. And I believe that still goes on through the summer too. I believe it's at Williams Park, is it, through the summer? You guys, Pinellas County folks, fill me in. Are there some beach markets? Does Coquina Beach still have a market during the summer? Let me guys know. Headed to Disney. Hope it won't be a washout. Okay, who said that? That was Christy. Christy, let me tell you. We're going to get into the forecast here coming up. It's going to rain at Disney World this weekend. Is it going to rain all weekend? No, I don't think so. I think we're still going to get some dry breaks and a dry morning, but we're absolutely going to get some late afternoon and evening rains. So I don't know how you feel about this, but I really like that because what ends up happening is you get there at rope drop, sweat it out, do as much as you can. Then 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, just as you're getting tired, the rain comes. Hopefully you're staying nearby. You can go to the hotel, take a little nap for a couple of hours, shower, refresh, grab a snack, relax, and then go back into the parks after the rain, 6, 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock. My goodness, 60% of the people are gone. It's cooler. It's kind of wet and cloudy. My favorite time of the park, that after rain evening, as long as the rain wraps up, that's one of my favorite. Dunedin has a nice farmer's market. Debbie, is that this summer too? Is it going to run in Dunedin tomorrow? Legit question. Mary, I would bet tomorrow it's probably not going to rain in Dunedin, but maybe on Sunday. Corey, St. Pete Beach. I have not been to the St. Pete Beach market yet. I remember us highlighting that during our St. Pete Beach show, our morning show, when we do our community shows. And that's something I believe it was Sean Daly that was down there, a little downtown in St. Pete Beach. I got to check that out. That did seem like a really cool event. Summer may be a good time to go too. Debbie's in Newport Richie. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Jamil is here from Trinidad. I love SRQ, Judith. I absolutely love it. You know, Sarasota, I think, used to be like part of the Bay Area maybe, or just like a little town outside. Now it's its own thing. Sarasota, Tampa and Sarasota, two separate things. That is its own thing, and it is amazing down there. Really, really cool. Yeah, outdoor events are for the winter. Hi from Apollo Beach. Hey, Lori, how are you? All right, let's talk about some weather because I do actually have some things that I want to talk about. First of all, please alert me to any spammers. The button is out. I'm not going to hit it until we actually have to get somebody. What? Wait, from Brazil? Greg Brazil, God bless you. Enrique, are you from Brazil? Are you watching from Brazil? Boa noite, boa tarde. I know a little bit of Portuguese. Oi, amigo. Enrique. Puridade. I'm trying. Portuguese is so hard to pronounce, but I love to listen to Brazilians speak. It's like they sing Portuguese. Anyway. All right, you do get distracted on the show. It is natural. I'm going to do a split here. I'm going to stay on camera throughout the show. Let's do a split. Let's do this whole group conversation thing. You know, I've been looking at this camera from our studio the last couple of hours, and it's looked so promising. It looks so dark. There's Enrique. Boa noite, amigo. Are you really in Brazil? Where are you? I watch you every day live. All right, let me know where you are, buddy. That's great. And how did you find me? Are you on Denis's page? Or are you on my page? I know I've got some Brazilians through Vinny that follow me on social media, so it's always kind of cool to see how they interact with us. Man, Diet Dr. Pepper, that's the way to go. Been looking at these cloudy skies. Let's get back on track. It looks like it's going to rain in Tampa at any time, but I got to tell you, the rain is just off to the east. Got it 93 today. That's the hottest temperature we've seen all week at TPA. And look at this. Are you seeing this? Okay, now let me know, what camp are you in? The sunset today is a minute earlier than it was yesterday. Now, I am a fan of this. Being on the ship that I am, and I know this is not going to be a popular opinion, I love it when it gets dark at 5 o'clock. Absolutely, because I go to sleep at 7, so it just feels so natural. So now that the days are getting shorter, I'm happier and happier every day. This is really, really nice. I really love that. Enrique, did you tell me where you're watching from? I might have missed it. If you did, I apologize. But yeah, let me know where you're watching. Are you watching from Brazil, and how did you find me? I would love to see that. Yeah, so a minute earlier sunset, 8:29. Now, side note, in July, I believe every single day is less than a minute shorter than the previous. It's seconds a day that we're losing daylight. It doesn't really speed up here in the southern latitudes until August. That's where we really start to feel it. 97 Plant City today. Congratulations, Plant City, you win. You absolutely won the contest today with an absolutely crazy hot temperature. Hey, Cynthia's watching from Ohio. Where in Ohio? Susan's watching from Hudson. All right. Jamie's in Tarpon Springs. Ooh, you know what? If I go to St. Pete Beach for the market, I might as well just drive up to Tarpon Springs and walk around and have some baklava and take some pictures out there. I've got a camera I want to take up there, and that is just such a photogenic little area. The colors, the architecture. Hey, Patty Spring Hill in the house. Yeah, 97, right? Man, Pat in Outer Banks. Pat, side note, squirrel, getting sidetracked. My high school friends and I, for many years, year after year, because they were in Connecticut, I was down in Arkansas at the time, we would meet at the Outer Banks every summer for a week at a beach house in Avon. Absolutely amazing time. That is a beautiful part of the country, man. The Outer Banks, what an absolute treasure. 90 right now in Lakeland. These are not high temperatures. These are the current temperatures. 91 Tampa, 79 in Sebring. Yes, it's cooler in Sebring because we have had some rain. And actually, it's still some rain on the radar. So, Pasco and Hillsborough County, we have cleared out. But Lakeland, anybody watching from the Lakeland area? Where are my Polk County folks? Are you hearing thunder? It is pouring there in the Lakeland area. Looking over some of your comments here. I haven't seen anyone from Lakeland, but if you're from Lakeland, did you find the hot sauce? Abby, I did find the hot sauce. I'm getting food at home today, but I did find it, and I got to tell you, I really helped myself to a generous portion. Dennis, I hope he's not keeping track of how much hot sauce is in this bottle, because yeah, I had a lot. I love spicy food. The more spice, the more flavor, the better. That is absolutely awesome. Squirrel Greg's to the Rab, yes. I don't know, it's the show. I thought it was just Dennis. It's the show. I think it's you guys. I'm going to blame it on you. You guys are the squirrel. Squirrel, what's going on? So we got some rain right now in Polk County. If you're making an evening drive over to Orlando for the weekend, you're going to run into this rain on I-4. I don't think this is going to be a huge issue in terms of the roadways. You know, it could. I'm not going to say it's not going to be a huge issue. I don't have... Let's see, no, I don't have the traffic maps loaded, but we can see where the roads are wet. And you see there, let me take off the radar from this, green and blue in that circle, that's ponding on the roadways. 92 is pretty wet right now. It looks like we're also going to get some rain on I-4. So a small stretch of I-4 right there through the core of Lakeland is pretty wet. How about the rain in Highlands County today? It was raining for a while. We had a couple of thunderstorms try to develop around Bartow and even eastern Hillsborough County, but y'all, the rain's not going to make it into Tampa. It's not going to make it towards the coast. So for the rest of the overnight, now Futurecast, and this is interesting. This Futurecast, am I sold on it? No. Do I believe this? No, not necessarily. It's really pushing a lot of rain between now and 10 o'clock. Could there be some more storms west? There could be some downpours. I don't think there'll be this much. This Futurecast is a little different. The model I have loaded here, this is where we get sciencey. Don't worry, that graphic is coming up. It looks at the radar near the end of the hour, and the updated forecast takes that radar image and tries to extrapolate where the rain was. So it was probably using the rain from earlier to try to figure out what this rain is going to do. I think it's overdoing it. I don't think there's going to be that much rain for tonight. Saturday morning, temperatures in the 70s. Let's talk about the weekend, because I do have some things here that I think are going to help you plan your weekend. A couple of little tidbits. So listen up if you've got plans this weekend. Look at the rain planner. This is for Tampa on Saturday. I don't know if Dennis shows you guys this a lot, but I use this in the morning 100% of the days. I use this all the time because really here in Florida, it's all about the timing of the rain. And Futurecast is able to plot the rain chances for different locations during the day, so you can kind of see, and it works really well. During an onshore flow day, it looks like this. The higher rain chances are closer to midday. If we had an offshore flow day, evening storms, all of the rain chances would be after 6 p.m. So it actually shows you that we're still kind of in an onshore flow pattern tomorrow. If Tampa's going to get rain tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., still that first half of the afternoon. Here's what it looks like hour by hour. I'm going to tell you right off the bat. Of the 2 weekend days, Saturday is going to be drier along the coast. much lower rain chance. So if you are kind of waffling between Saturday and Sunday, you kind of want to do the beach, which day to do it, I would go ahead and do it on Saturday. Now, is every beach going to be dry on Saturday? I can't guarantee that in the morning, but I think 90% of the beaches will be dry Saturday morning. Now, by midday, there are going to be some storms, but, and this is what we don't get to do when we have this on TV, we can zoom in to Futurecast. The sea breeze is going to set up kind of in this area, that white line right there. So I think most of the storms that are going to pop up, well, you know, maybe a little closer to the coast, maybe something like this along Highway 19. So yes, if you go to the beach on Saturday morning, could there be some lightning nearby between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m.? Yes, but if there is, do not go home. Get in your car. If you're going to Clearwater, you can go into one of the buildings nearby. Remember, we go to a solid building or your car. Wait it out, because this is all going to move east of 75 for the afternoon. There's 3:30. The rain's already east of Tampa. It's east towards Plant City and Lakeland. So the coast is going to clear out of the rain, and the rest of the afternoon and evening along the coast looks great with all the storms east of I-75. There's the Orlando area. There's some rain. This is what I was talking about. All right, now Sunday. Let's go into Sunday. Notice Sunday. This is 6:30 in the morning. Look at this. Before I go to that St. Pete Beach Market, which you may see me at, yeah, there may be some rain along the coast. Now, disclaimer, Futurecast here is guessing at the location, and I wouldn't get married to the timing here either, okay? 6:30 in the morning, probably a little too early, though there could be some rain. Will it be in those exact locations like it's showing, St. Pete Beach and down towards Venice? Maybe not, but there is going to be a higher chance of rain in the morning along the coast on Sunday, and these showers could last through mid-morning. So Sunday may not be the best day to go to the beach in the morning. On Sunday, you can still do the beach. You're just going to have to wait until either late morning or midday to get out there, or better yet, early afternoon. So kind of a lazy Sunday morning in the house, you're hanging out, and then later in the afternoon and evening, that's when things clear out and we turn a whole lot better. So Sunday looks a lot better. By the way, tropics are quiet. Let's talk about how quiet they are. Nothing's going to develop over the next 7 days. We are done. I was looking. I'm not even going to show you this because it's not worth it. The European, well, let's pull it up, right? We can. Let's pull it up. The European, remember, yesterday was giving about a 30% chance of a tropical depression developing in the northern Gulf next weekend or early next week. Those chances, as I look at the colors here, are now down to 15 to 20%. So chances of this developing, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get any development out of this. It's just going to be a lot of rain next week, most likely. And some of that rain, yeah, it could be heavy, but I don't think we're going to see a ton in terms of rainfall. All right. You know what's coming. You guys know what's coming, right? You know what we're about to get. Everybody ready for this? Are we ready? Are we ready? We've got just 10 minutes left already. I've been talking for 20 minutes already. How's this possible? Let's get sciencey, sciencey. Can somebody please write some lyrics to this and maybe a little jingle? Let's get sciencey, and we're going to talk about a couple of things here on the Let's Get Sciencey segment. We are going to talk about first Texas. The recovery here, I've been seeing some of the photos, mind blown about the flooding and the damage that it did. There are flood watches back in West Texas for the weekend. This is a little farther west than where the flooding happened on the 4th of July, but it's that same flash flood valley. So thoughts are going to be with the folks over in West Texas where they could get some really heavy rain. The models we're picking up, I don't know why this isn't popping up. There it is. There could be some spots. Now, this is north of where we saw the heavy rains, and thank goodness it's a different river basin. 3 to 6, 7 inches of rain. So that is definitely serious about all of this, okay? So we're going to be watching this carefully. South of Dallas, north of Austin is where we'll be watching. Tonight, this is where I really want to get sciencey on. Y'all, look at these thunderstorms. So this is up towards northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, that's Chicago right there. We have got a serious line of storms moving through this area. That red box up there, that is a tornado warning for portions of southern Wisconsin. This is going to be Janesville, Jefferson, Fort Atkins. So this is, looks like it's well to the west of Milwaukee. Madison not included in this, so that's certainly good news. And we've been watching these storms moving through here. Quite a line of storms. This is blowing right towards I-39. If you know anyone in this area, and especially that Chicago area, so this is interesting. These little cells here, out ahead of that main line, I would watch these. These are on kind of the northwest side of Chicago, coming up on Kenosha, just south of Milwaukee, Waukegan. The lakefront there, these could have little spins with them. But I think the big threat here tonight is going to be wind. And it's specifically the shape of these thunderstorms. And you kind of see this here. It's this backward C. In fact, I'm going to take off the warnings here for just a second. You see that backward C? That is a very dangerous signature. That indicates that the wind is rushing into these storms, and the storms are getting pushed out ahead of the main line because of strong wind behind them. There are going to be some winds here, 60, 70, maybe 80 miles per hour. This is all headed towards the Chicago area. So if you know anyone traveling through Chicago, big airport hub, right, for United, Southwest, this is going to be a major issue for them. Coming up in probably the next couple of hours, let's see if I can do a storm track. Now, to do a storm track, I'm going to have to do a little bit of snooping. So I'm going to get into one of these warnings and see what the Weather Service is doing. So they're calling for 60-mile-per-hour winds. I want to see how fast this storm is moving. East at 35 is what they've got it at. So I can do a storm track. We're going to do 35 miles per hour. We're going to draw that backwards C, and then we're going to drag it into Chicago. So it actually looks like maybe 3 hours for the arrival time for this. So the lakefront is probably going to be in that 7 to 8 o'clock hour. These are, by the way, local time. So that's why they're an hour off. So remember, Chicago is in the central time zone, so these are central time zone times. But you're looking at the Aurora, Chicago area coming up maybe after between 8 and 10 p.m., maybe 9 to 10 p.m. their time. So any late night flights, that's when a lot of times flights go international. That's when you're going to get some stronger winds here. In this area, actually, under an enhanced risk of severe weather. That's what that pinkish, tannish color is. As we watch this system moving by. All right, as we continue to get sciencey, quick check on Mount Rainier. I don't want to leave you guys without this. We've been tracking this all week. More good news here. There have been a couple of earthquakes off of below the summit of Mount Rainier today. But there's some good news, and that is we have not seen an increase in the number of earthquakes, nor have we seen an increase in the intensity of the earthquakes. In fact, the USGS giving us this update today indicating that the number of quakes per hour continues to drop. Now, since, what is it now, 2.5 days ago, they have located over 350 earthquakes, and those are only the ones they've been able to locate, and they are in a small area between 1.5 and 4 miles below the peak of Mount Rainier. Because things are not progressing towards more earthquakes and more intense earthquakes. They've been very small. They're between 1 and 2 on the Richter scale, so not enough to feel. 3 is about when people can start to feel the ground shake. That is giving them hope that this is not related to any kind of volcanic activity, because Mount Rainier is an active volcano. The other thing that they watch for, and they kind of made a note to specify this in their update today, is that, and this happened before the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens. If you haven't seen that, it's between Seattle and Portland. You've got to watch. The videos are incredible. Before that volcano erupted, wait, ban button? Who needs a ban button? Who needs it? Who needs it? All right, let me know. Let me know. Where? William Jackson. William Jackson? What happened? Squirrel. Will I be able to find him? Oh, I see him. Whew, my goodness. Wow, that is. See ya, William. Bye, buddy. He's gone, y'all. Ooh, that felt great. My goodness, I hope we get another one. We only have like 3 minutes, but I hope we get another one. That was fun. Wonder what William is thinking now. You think he's sad? Did we ruin his weekend? You think he's going to be thinking about this all weekend? Probably not. He's probably an AI bot. He wasn't thinking, but that was great. You guys are so supportive of the banning. Anyway, the earthquakes are going down, and the USGS does not see the shape of the volcano changing. Before Mount St. Helens blew, and all of these volcanoes out west, they don't trickle lava like Hawaii. They are all explosive volcanoes. The actual surface of the mountain started expanding. It is wild. The mountain starts visibly expanding, like feet. You can see this, and then it explodes. So that is not happening in Mount Rainier, so they're not concerned about it. So that is certainly very, very good news. And it was fun. I think that's as sciencey as we're going to get because we only have like 2 minutes left. So thank you for joining this Let's Get Sciencey segment. I'm going to love this graphic forever. This is just, it's absolutely made my day. It's you guys, I think it was Diana, the lady that made this, just makes me so happy. All right, so we've already banned William. We've got Sciencey. We talked about the weather. Did I miss great? Yes, Vicky. Was it William? Somebody William? No. Can I even? I don't think I can even find him, Vicky, because I banned him, so he's not in the chat anymore. But he is done. We got 90 seconds left of the show, y'all. Okay, so if you're doing something fun this weekend, go ahead and put that in the chat. If you're cooking something delicious, go ahead and send me an invite. I will travel for food. No, just kidding. Just please don't. But if you see me, I'll probably be eating. So if you see me at a farmer's market, whether it's Dunedin, over towards St. Pete Beach, maybe walking around. This sounds like a Pinellas County kind of a day. Maybe Tarpon Springs. I could do a whole up and down the coast of Pinellas County day. I would definitely be eating baklava or seafood or just some kind of Greek food in Tarpon. Sounds amazing to end the day. Let me know what everyone's doing. Give me some ideas in the chat. I'll look through the chat after the show because seriously, Vinny's working tomorrow. I've got nothing to do. He works 12 hours. It's just Cookie and I for 12 hours on a Saturday, y'all. I get bored. I need activities. So let me know what is there to do. What's a great place to go? Belleville Girls shopping day tomorrow. Rain, just in the afternoon, scattered. I think you'll be fine. I don't think anything crazy happening in terms of the rain tomorrow. Oh, by the way, thank you for being such an amazing audience and such an amazing Facebook friend group with me this week. This has been quite an adventure, my first week filling in. Dennis will be back on Monday. I will be back filling in for Dennis again on July 28th for another week. So with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for watching DPL. If you're on streaming, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. See ya. All right, it's just you and me, Facebook friends. Not gonna stay on long just because, first of all, I'm sorry, you guys. I know I'm supposed to be wearing a hoodie, or it must be 80 degrees in this studio. It's horrible. No, it's probably not 80 degrees, but it's warm. So we usually keep our studio, because of all the electronics in here, the thermostat is set to 68. And it really is 68 degrees in here. We've got no windows. Building's pretty well insulated. Ceilings are really tall, so the cold air really does a good job gathering down towards the ground. But again, we have some AC issues, and it's definitely not 68. It's probably like 74 or something, but it feels much warmer than it typically is, and it's feeling more humid too. Got Prudy in Spring Hill. I don't know if Enrique's still on. I really wanted to know where he's watching from in Brazil and how he found me. That's just very, very interesting. That we got people in Brazil. Somebody said China. They were watching from China. That's pretty cool that they're able to do that. Probably with a VPN, because I don't know. I have been to China. It was a long time. I don't believe you can access Facebook in China, I think. I don't remember. So you guys, if someone knows, has been there more recently, but I remember not being able to post anything from China if I remember correctly. I think that was before Instagram days. That was a long time that I was there. An amazing trip, but it was a very long time ago. I need to call AC person. That's the toughest thing. Hey, Cheryl's from Cleveland. Cheryl, I lived in Cleveland Heights for the 2 years I was in Cleveland, and it was incredible. What a bunch of incredible neighborhoods and suburbs around Cleveland. For those of you that have never been, I know Cleveland, I don't know why Cleveland gets a bad rap. Cleveland is an amazing city, walkable. The architecture downtown is absolutely beautiful. It was home to the Rockefellers. It was built at the same time as New York City by the same people that built New York, and some of the same architecture was used in downtown Cleveland. The buildings, Detroit for that matter too, just the buildings downtown are absolutely treasures. It's not like here in Tampa, you walk into some of these modern buildings, it's just glass and metal. I mean, they are works of art, absolutely incredible. One of my favorite, there was a bank downtown in Cleveland that they turned into a Heinen's grocery store, and it had this dome inside. I mean, you felt like you were in some sort of art museum, but it was a grocery store. Just amazing. Shar is visiting from Palm Harbor. By the way, super cheap direct flights from here to Cleveland. Highly recommend. Frontier or Spirit. Put up with the seat. I think I once got a round trip flight on Spirit to Cleveland for something like $29 or $39. Direct flights, amazing. Middleburg. Oh, Cheryl, all right. I think I remember where Middleburg was. In China, you can use Facebook and post. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jamil. Spring Hill. Ann is from Spring Hill. Strongsville. Hey, Strongsville. Cheryl. I remember Strongsville. Kathy said enjoyed Cleveland. Beautiful fall weather in Cleveland. Summer is really nice. Days are super long. Edgewater Beach, I remember there would be a concert and party on the beach as the sun set over the lake, which looks like an ocean because it's so big, Lake Erie there. Downtown Cleveland, absolutely amazing. Just great history. It was the Cleveland Trust Bank where the Heinen store is. That's right, that's what it was. Just absolutely beautiful work of art that building is. Ohio's my home state. Toledo area. I've not spent a lot of time in Toledo, but I've heard nice things too. Shannon says, let's get sciencey. Let's talk about temperatures. Let me hear your weather talk, your weather forecast. Let me hear all the physics talk. Let's get sciencey. Oh, are you writing the lyrics? Okay. Then let me hear that. Let me hear that. Let me hear that. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh, Shannon, you're gonna have to email that to me. greg.de@wfts.com. Kind of separate it by the phrases. I'm gonna have to listen to the music. Maybe we can get a little singing going on the next time I'm here. Hey, Teresa says, what up? Yeah, Jamil, I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook page, the initial report for the Air India crash came out, a plot twist in that. I don't want to talk about it. It's very sad. And it's an early report, so we'll see what happens with it, but certainly not what I was expecting. The report, the link to it, I've got the post, it's text on my Facebook page. In the comments is a link to the PDF of the report. So it's not like a news agency summarizing it. You get right into the report. They've got it down second by second. They've already done a lot of research on it. I'm kind of an aviation buff, so I do follow this stuff along. I don't know about you guys, but when I fly somewhere, not as much domestically, sometimes depending on where, but especially internationally, I will often choose my flight based on the aircraft that is scheduled to fly that flight. So whether it's a 767, a 777, the 87, or the Airbus A350 if I'm flying internationally. And then even here in the United States, sometimes some of the airlines use some of the wide body jets for some of the domestic routes, including Delta, Tampa to Atlanta on a 757. Sometimes it's a 767. There's so many people flying between Tampa and Atlanta. You get some big airplanes. So yeah, I follow this aviation. It's fascinating to me, just because the airplane is such a complex machine. When something goes wrong, it's usually a series of events. It's never usually just one thing. It's some kind of series of events. It's a very interesting analysis. No Allegiant for you. I have yet to fly Allegiant, but I will be trying them this fall, and that's because they have a flight up to Southwest Southeast Pennsylvania. You guys remember James Tully used to work on Good Morning Tampa Bay in the morning. He's now up in Southeast Pennsylvania, New York, and they have a direct flight there. So I will probably be going out of PIE on Allegiant. And I believe they also now fly, along with Breeze, into Northwest Arkansas. And I've got some friends in Northwest Arkansas that I need to visit. And I will prioritize the direct flight over connecting. It's just the way to go. I'd rather be stuck at my destination or at home and not in some in-between point, which I've done before. I've slept at airports before. It is not fun. Harrisburg, maybe it is. That's what it is, Christina. It's Harrisburg, right? So it's close to York. York is part of that, like 3 larger cities there in Southeast Pennsylvania. Very, very cool. And Delta's are 3 rows of seats and 2 aisles and a giant movie theater screen. Oh, Christina, that was a long time ago. Or it was an old 767 probably was what you fly. I remember those planes. Had the movie screen in the front. You guys remember that if you flew way back in the day and everyone had to watch the same movie and you had these awful headphones you'd plug into your seat? My goodness. How has the tech changed? Now it's free Wi-Fi on some of these airlines now. The whole flight is it's just amazing what they're able to do. Anyway, guys, I'm off. There's a pup waiting for me and hopefully some food at home. So I'm going to get some food. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Again, thank you so much for sticking around with me and watching this evening, this edition of DPL. Dennis will be back here on Monday. I'm back on Good Morning Tampa Bay Monday morning. So it kind of shortens my weekend. I'm going to be getting up very early both Saturday and Sunday to do that schedule flip because the alarm will be going off 2 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So I can be here by about 3 a.m. Anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for being such a great supportive audience through this week. And I will see